What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely going to want to see this one. As we're witnessing things getting very heated on the set Fox News The 5, we got that host Jessica Tarlov, her Trump derangement syndrome, causing her to step out of line once more. But it's a good thing we've got Judge Jeanine and that special guest, Kayleigh McEnany, to straighten her back up, get her back in line, guys. I'm excited to get into this one. So we're not straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's get straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
You unleash somebody who's doing theatrics and abandoning his own children and having some weird fantasy in front of everybody to be popular. Just do whatever he wants to do with no oversight. That is anti-American, and it's reckless and it's wrong.
Chainsaw Musk? Yeah, it was absurd, but it was also a flex of a man who has absolutely no idea what he's doing.
You know, you live by the chainsaw, die by the chainsaw.
Trump and his MAGA allies are treating their firings inside the government like a game, a show even. They are creating memes, throwing celebrations, and the man in charge is using props to dance on professional graves.
They can whine all they want, but President Trump is sticking with his extremely high IQ Doge team.
Elon is doing a really good job. And I said, who are these people that travel? We call them the Dogers. And I said, what are they? He said, they're generally young people with extremely high IQs who are very good with computers, because you have to be good with computers. We're actually going to Fort Knox because I want to see, do we have the gold? Do we still have whatever it is, tons of gold? I hope we do. Wouldn't that be disappointing? Fort Knox. You grow up hearing about Fort Knox. You can't get in. You can't even see it. Nobody sees it. You go there and the place is dry. Would that be terrible?
All right, Jesse, you know, the Democrat malcontents are out there saying, you know, that Elon Musk has no oversight. It's anti-American. It's wrong. He has no idea what he's doing. I mean, the guy who bought Twitter took it down like by 70% and is still doing well with it. And he's probably the most successful businessman in the year. And Congress hasn't done any oversight that can show $55 billion in 2 weeks.
No, he's done more with a chainsaw than Congress has done with their own powers in decades. The chainsaw was a gift. It would be rude not to brandish it. And who gave it to him? The guy from Argentina who's used it very well. He saved his own country from bankruptcy. Argentina should make the chainsaw the national bird. I don't even care if the thing doesn't fly. We are $36 trillion in the hole, and you keep hearing Democrats talk about, oh, we need a scalpel. It's like they think that's some clever analogy. When's the last time you heard a Democrat use a scalpel on anything besides their own face? This is a serious debt crisis we're in. You definitely need a chainsaw. Democrats haven't balanced the budget in 25 years, and that was only because Newt helped them out. But I do worry about Elon, Judge. You know how these NBA stars or NFL stars have clauses in their contract and their off season, they're not allowed to go skiing or ride a motorcycle or even play pickup basketball? It's because it's too risky. They could get hurt and lose everything. Elon's board of directors should not allow him to be juggling a chainsaw. He slips and falls, cuts his head off. We're in a recession. Or if he castrates himself, the world population plummets. These are memes. And he's serious about that. He's got the shades, he's got the chain, he's got the chainsaw. We saw how effective this was with the mugshot, with the McDonald's, with the trash truck. These things are powerful. Chuck Schumer, what is he holding? An avocado? It's just not the same thing.
You know,
and Jussie Waters is exactly right. Excuse me. What we're seeing Elon Musk carry out is what the country voted for. We spoke up and stepped out. November 5th, everyone said this is exactly what we wanted. I'm not sure why folks are so upset by him getting a gifted chainsaw from Javier Milei from Argentina. Doesn't make sense to me. It was a gift, guys. It would be rude not to use it. And it doesn't have a chain on it, Jesse.
Jessica, both James
Here we
Carville
go.
and I think Van Jones, they're very critical of this. And Carville says, oh, Democrats, just, sit back. The Republican collapse is on the way. Meanwhile, Trump and Elon are happy. They're smiling. The Democrats are just miserable.
I don't feel miserable. I feel challenged. This is a tough moment figuring out how to navigate what Trump 2.0 looks like. But what James Carville is referring to is this huge drop in support for President Trump and for Elon Musk and what he's doing at Doge. So there were a bunch of polls that came out. CNN has 2-1.
Who are they conducting? Who is their sample? Who are they sampling it on these polls that are saying that, they're not approving of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, they've got to be, sampling these folks that are conducting these surveys with folks that did not vote for Donald Trump. Because everywhere I'm seeing, everyone I'm speaking to that is in support of Donald Trump, that have voted for him, they're all saying this is exactly what we wanted. This is exactly what we needed because America was headed in the wrong direction. Jessica Tarlov has got more of those phony stats. I almost don't want to let her play it, but I'll play it, guys.
What he's doing at Doge. So there were a bunch of polls that came out. CNN has 2-1. People are upset about Musk having such a prominent role in the government. Trump's approval rating is down 5 to 7 points across 4 of these big polls. He's underwater on managing the economy, which is obviously what handed him the presidency, 8 points underwater. And then in terms of how the public is feeling, not only reflected in those numbers, did you see those town halls that were going on last night? So Rich McCormick in Georgia, safe seat, people booing him, catcalling. They're concerned with everything from spending cuts to what's going on with Doge to that Donald Trump is becoming a tyrant. Cliff Bentz in Oregon, similar reaction. This guy, Tony Balderson, he's in a Trump plus 18 district in Ohio, saying Trump's executive orders are getting out of control. They are hearing from the American public that what is going on from the Oval Office to CPAC, which is, Pam Bondi being at CPAC seems like a politicization of the office, to say the least, is not what the American public wanted. They wanted someone to come in to get the economy back on track. That hasn't been happening. They wanted a different.
Give this guy Donald Trump doesn't get a break. He doesn't. There is no way that they could spear him. The left-wing lunatics, they just have to come after him for every single thing. I mean, what did the Biden regime do as far as our economy? Inflation through the roof. And now you're talking about Donald Trump hasn't done anything to address the economy. And it's only been 4 weeks, 1 month, 30 days. I really want to know where these guys get off at coming at Donald Trump like that.
Of the office, to say the least, is not what the American public wanted. They wanted someone to come in to get the economy back on track. That hasn't been happening. They wanted a different vision of getting rid of illegal immigrants. They wanted people who are actually convicted of crimes to be the ones getting kicked out, not just picking up anyone who speaks Spanish. So that's what Carville's saying, and I think it's good strategy. Let it happen.
Greg, I noticed that your eyebrows furrowed when Jessica says just not throwing out everyone who speaks Spanish.
No, the whole point of this administration is that we agree that America needed change and they needed it now. We're willing to accept some hiccups, and our hiccups don't cost lives. Right? It's not like bail reform where, hey, we're going to do this and, we break a few eggs. When you guys break eggs, people die. In this case, you make a mistake, you rehire somebody. The thing about the chainsaw, it's fun, it's silly. It's another light and ridiculous moment in this action movie that we're living in. And if you find that chainsaw toxic or hypermasculine or insensitive or heartless, you have wandered into the wrong movie. You probably wanted to see The Notebook 4, but this is part of the flip. 40 years ago, it used to be, the right was stiff and easily offended, and the left was hip and edgy. It's completely shifted, and the right's having fun. Meanwhile, the Dems, the Democratic Party is like a giant-sized version of The View, if that's possible. I mean, do you see any optimism? Do you see any hope? Do you see any action? Do you see any solutions? At least on The View, there's joy, and what a joy it is. But with the Democratic Party, it's all just misery and a hope for more misery, because then that'll bring down Trump. I was just watch that clip. I just realized Brianna Keller has CNN resting face. So in the issue, Jessica brings up these criticisms, and you got to understand that stuff doesn't work anymore. A lot of the load-bearing phrases that he's racist, he's fascist, he's acting like a king, he's transphobic, he's Hitler. They don't resonate to the public anymore because they got burned by all that. And the arguments that depended on those words have all atrophied. Worse, the media vessels have been cauterized. It used to be you'd get this little outrage and it would show up on Twitter, then it would go to a blog, and then it would shoot its way up to the New York Times or the Washington Post, which is what happened with something like the Covington kids. That vessel has been cauterized. Nobody cares what's on the Daily Beast or Mediaite. They don't read that, and nobody actually trusts it. So the big challenge for the Dems, the Trump movie is fun, it's funny, and it's fast, and it's optimistic. If the Dems were a movie, it would be morose, depressing, and hopeless. You would call it the Jim Acosta story.
And Greg Gutfeld hitting the nail right on the head. I feel like everyone that voted for Donald Trump is loving this movie that we're sitting here watching. It's playing out in front of us. On the other hand, the left could definitely be compared to a large size view table where they're hateful, they're negative, and they're miserable in their own lives because their candidate just didn't win. They couldn't push her across the finish line.
Like this then, if everyone is happy.
Well, nobody's hearing about these town halls.
They are.
Let me go to Kaylee.
It's all over the what?
Wait, what started this? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't hear. What did Jessica just say?
Acosta's story.
Why are the town halls like this then, if everyone is happy?
Well, nobody's hearing about these town halls.
They are.
Let me go to Kaylee.
It's all over the what? It's all
over Elon Musk's house site.
Okay, Kaylee, let me go to you on this. Don't you think it's rather ridiculous for the Democrats to be complaining? It's just 4 weeks and the economy isn't better. It's just 4 weeks and eggs haven't come down. How ridiculous is that?
Totally ridiculous. And, Jessica, you point to an anecdotal town hall. Well, let's get into some polling. CBS, Trafalgar, Rasmussen have him over 50%.
Yeah.
Recent CNN poll, the most popular Trump agenda item that has been accomplished is immigration. In fact, 55% said he has gone either just the right amount or not far enough. Not only that, I'm a nerd. I spend my Fridays reading CNN crosstabs. When you dig into the crosstabs, people who feel there's an attack on democracy, that number was 56% in 21. That number was 54% in 2023. You know what it's at now? 45%. So this threat to democracy language that the left is still using, Biden was a bigger threat to democracy, a majority threat, according to a CNN poll. And while on the note of CNN, just one more note. Karen Finney, the person who said, Biden or Elon Musk, what experience do you have? Karen Finney, you worked for the John Edwards campaign. We never had a President Edwards. You worked for the Hillary Clinton campaign. We never had a President Hillary Clinton. Don't give me what experience does Elon Musk have. I'll cite this. SpaceX, first private sector company to get a man in space. Neuralink, helping quadriplegic people to walk. I'll take Elon Musk over Karen Finney and the CNN resting face crowd any day.
Digging in the crosstabs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Friday.
I don't even know what a crosstab is.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Jessica Tarlov once again on that fine line to get booted from the network. She's once again showing that Trump derangement syndrome truly blinds. It clouds her vision. She cannot see through to reality with the takes that she's been given. It's just awful. I mean, hero for a journal. At least he brings a little bit of common sense to the table with a discussion, but Jessica Tarlov just doesn't make sense to me how folks like Jessica Tarlov, these loonies on the left, don't realize that no one else is buying the baloney that they're selling, that they keep on trying to peddle these lies or fearmonger their little viewership that they have, the supporters they have, but it's not working. That's what's turning them away, because most of your supporters have already made their decision that this is what's right for our country. Yo, but guys, definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.